Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to online English classes. Students, today we are going to start our novel, The Old Man and the Sea. It is written by Ernest Hemingway. Today we are going to read the introduction of the writer that is given on page 4 to 7. Ernest Hemingway, its introduction. You can see the picture here. Ernest Hemingway was born on July 21, 1899 in Oak Park, Illinois. His father was a doctor and mother was musically trained. He inherited his passion for vicarious, such as fishing, shooting, bullfighting, and hunting, from his father. He acquired a quick, observant eye and a sensitive mind from his mother. Even as a young boy, Hemingway believed in living life dangerously. He is supposed to have lied about his age in order to join the army during World War I. He was rejected because he had an injured eye. Concealing his disappointment, he went to Kansas City to work as a cub reporter for the Star. His stint as a journalist gave Hemingway the first guidelines to writing: short sentences, short paragraphs, vigorous language, and a positive attitude. All these qualities went into the making of a simple yet effective style, which was later to win the Nobel Prize for him. After working for 7 restless months on the newspaper, Hemingway left for Italy to be ambulance driver. He was severely wounded and went home in 1990. In 1920, Hemingway covered the Greco-Turkish conflict as a reporter on the Toronto Star. His fame as a journalist grew, but his heart was in creative writing and not mere reporting. He went to Paris and began his literary life under the guidance of noted American writers Gertrude Stein and Ezra Pound. Hemingway's first novel, The Sun Also Rises, brought him widespread recognition and acceptance. In 1929, he published A Farewell to Arms, which reinforced his position as one of the finest writers of modern American fiction. Other novels such as Death in the Afternoon and Green Hills of Africa furthered his reputation. During the Spanish Civil War, Hemingway again served as a journalist to cover the fighting. His experiences in Spain formed the subject of his masterpiece, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Hemingway also covered World War II as a war correspondent. Personally, Hemingway led a very colorful life. He was married 4 times. Twice in his life, he escaped near death. The first time was during World War I, and the second time was in 1954, when his plane crashed in Kenya. For a while, he lived in Cuba but left the country at the time of the Castro Revolution. When his health began to deteriorate, he was miserable, for he believed in an active and strenuous lifestyle. As a result, he shot himself in 1961. Hemingway's talent as a writer won for him several accolades. In 1953, he won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction for The Old Man and the Sea. In 1954, he won the Nobel Prize. As a writer, he became known for his predominant theme of grace under pressure. This theme was clearly developed in The Old Man Who Fought the Giant Fish and Killed It Against All Odds. It is also seen in The Bullfighters Who Risk Their Lives each time they enter the ring. It also characterized Hemingway's own life until the point in his life that felt he was no longer able to demonstrate grace under pressure. Hemingway was an expert at deep sea fishing and had won several prizes in various competitions, sometimes catching giant marlin when he lived in Cuba. He acquired a house 9 miles outside Havana and often fished in the Gulf Stream, much like Santiago. The background in The Old Man and the Sea is derived from real life Cuban fishing villages near the Gulf Stream. The subject of the Loch Ness Old Man who caught a giant fish also came from personal experience. In an Easy in an essay on deep sea fishing published in 1936, Hemingway had written of an old man who had caught a huge marlin weighing nearly 800 pounds. With the fish tied to his skiff, he had bravely tried to fight off the sharks and was picked up by some fisherman in a state of half craziness with the sharks still circling his boat. When Hemingway met this old man, he promised to write a book about his experience. It was more than 20 years before he turned the story into a book called The Old Man and the Sea. It was to be Hemingway's final novel. Many critics see it in a comparison between Santiago, an old man fighting to master the fish and maintain his reputation, and Hemingway, an old man fighting his reputation and to retain an active lifestyle. Even if the novel is not partially autobiographical, the novel proves Hemingway's abilities as a novelist, for the book expertly blends facts and fiction to produce one of the most moving, poignant tales ever written. The Old Man and the Sea was the last novel Hemingway published before his death. In 1951, Hemingway wrote The Old Man and the Sea in 2 months while in Cuba. He was proud of his own work. The slim novel received a lot of critical and commercial success. It was a major factor in Hemingway being awarded the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction in 1953 and the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1954. The novel is still widely taught in schools today. So students, this is short introduction of Hemingway that is given on page number 4 to 7 of your novel book. Do read it very carefully. Goodbye. Have a nice day.